This is Kenya, a land of stark contrasts. Where joy and celebration lie side by side with despair and extreme poverty. In rural Kenya, clean water is hard to come by. It is common for women and children to walk many miles each day just to get a few gallons of water for their families. "22-year-old Sentrin Wafala walks 4 miles, 3 times a day, to fill an empty 20-liter container with fresh water.
Because I don't have water in my place, it is a must to come to look for water. There is no water there, there is only stones, so I have to come here."
When she returns home, her 20-liter container, now full of water, weighs around 40 pounds. That's the least of her concerns.
Because now I am forced to come to the river, the kids can't go to school, they have to look after the young ones. This place is a poverty-compiled area, so because of this, we are forced to leave school at a very early age, so that denies us a chance for education.
For Kenyans, this is a way of life. In remote counties like Bungoma North, the roads are terrible. Humanitarian organizations have not been able to drill for water here.
There's a lot of wonderful people that have obviously noticed this need as well, and they are trying hard to bring water, but the need is so vast, and one of the big challenges is that to get a drill rig is nearly impossible, and the costs are astronomical. It starts at $50,000, and that would be for something relatively accessible.
We got the rising main in the right side.
So Pastor Carl Hamsch and a team from his church in Eastern Washington discovered an alternative to big drilling rigs: drill the wells by hand.
I came upon a nonprofit organization, and it turns out that they have been developing the same idea for many, many years.
In October, 3 members from Pastor Carl's church, the Word of Life Community Church in Newman Lake, Washington, completed an extensive training program where they learned how to hand drill water wells with limited resources and no power. In January 2014, the drill team put their training to work. In the small village of Lahuna, not far from the southwestern border between Kenya and Uganda, the team from Word of Life began drilling its first well.
The principle is simple, the technique is simple.
This hand-built pump can be maintained and built by our 7th graders.
We begin by digging a small hole so we can put some water in it. We set up a tripod with a pulley on it.
Okay.
And then we use a bit like this that has a pipe on it. And we pull this pipe up with the pulley and drop it. And this digs into the ground. We can make 10 feet in 4 or 5 hours.
Their goal, eventually to install around 60 wells in this area, maybe more. But the drill team has embraced an even loftier challenge.
We want to teach the Kenyans how to do this themselves, because we aren't going to live here. We're going to leave. And so if we can show them how to use local material and build a team to go and put in these wells themselves, what a blessing that they will have and create themselves.
Hudson Isabwa is now taking over the Word of Life drilling operation in southwestern Kenya.
Everyone is like, wow, what's happening? They wanted to see the system we are using. They thought we have big trucks, we have big machines, but that's not what we are using. You can see what we are doing. This is great and wonderful, and we know this is a God-given opportunity to us, And it's a blessing to have this water because water is life, and we know life has come into this community.
A well can be drilled and a hand pump put on it, and that could affect not only one family, but a whole community. Instead of walking 2 hours for water, maybe the people in the neighboring village can walk, 5 minutes to this community well.
If they can find a lot of water, maybe we can have a lot of food. And if there is plenty of food, the people will have freedom to do everything.
If there's something that I can do to help them get fresh water, God calls me to do this. So here I am.